time. Now we gonna keep the morning moving for you one more time. Come on. Hey, hey. Drifting on memory. There's no place we'd rather be than with you. Jamming on the blues. Well. Good morning to each and everyone. Come out and enjoy the fun on the boost. We'll be jamming for you. Well. Hey, oh, we gonna do it like this one time. Now we gonna keep the morning moving for you one more time. Come on. Hey. Drifting on memory. There's no place we'd rather be than with you. Jamming on the blues. Well. Good morning to each and everyone. Come out and enjoy the fun on the boost. We'll be jamming for you. Well. That's so sorrowful wailing right there. It's not like you in the valley somewhere. Like I just see bare feet ashy. Like, oh, with the big hats on your head and you musty. That sounds like that old spiritual way, that old Negro spiritual way.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, that sounded pitiful to me. What's going on? What's really wrong?
Man, it's Friday.
Man, Tahl, I am so excited about Friday, aren't you?
I mean, always.
It seems like it goes quick and then it seems like it don't. I don't know how you can have both, but that's what it feels like. Like 1 minute you think it's going quick and the next minute you're like, it don't.
Man. But it's here. We in this thing.
Man, we are in this thing, and I'm excited about it. I was telling you, you just asked, I said, what's the song we gonna play? You said, I sent it to you, didn't I? I said, listen. I know I snapped at you. Yeah, I snapped at you. I felt it in my voice. I'm like, now you didn't have to attack that man like that. But you know, I came in here and I had forgot the other phone, and so I'm on like trying to bootleg devices to use to make sure we're on all of our platforms. So please, if you're listening, please don't call me at this moment because I'm using my other source that I have to be on. But at the end of the day, I'm like, ugh. Then I come over here and somebody came and changed the settings where I can't see where everybody's tuned in from because I like to call the cities and states and the countries. Now, cleaning lady, you were the only one in here yesterday, and I'm calling you out. And I asked you not to touch not one thing in here. So I'm going to call your name out if you ever come in here and do it again. You understand what I'm saying? Because somebody changed the settings, okay? Pete don't know how to do it. So I'm calling you out. Don't touch not another thing in this studio after I've already told you. Now, the next move will not be a good one, so don't do it. So we got to figure out how I can get back to the setting that I was on so I can call out my city, states, and all the people that tuned in because this is a big deal to me, Tahl, because people are waiting. They like the shout outs. They like to hear that I recognize and we recognize that they're tuned in and listen to us all over the world. Why would you tamper with that? That ain't got nothing to do with being clean.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That part.
Inside job, just foolery. Okay. Right? He
probably snapped it like he snapped at me this morning. That's probably why he's like, you know what? I got you.
Yeah, she said, I'm going to get her because I've had to snap before. You know what I'm saying? I have a snap ability, so I had to snap before. I was just trying to tell you, don't tell me what you already sent. I had just already told you. Tahl, I'm working with limited resources right now. And I'm trying to make this work on this and this work on that. So you asked me, did you send it? How do I know, Tahl? Because I'm using that device and can't see. Well, my goodness. And then, Tahl,
Your little snaps don't do nothing to me. That's what I like.
I know you too nice, and I don't like that because I like to snap it back. I like you say, "Hold up, I know you going through something, but don't talk to me like that. You too calm for me, and that'll make me snap even more. You just too relaxed for my taste."
That's how we keep the peace right there. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gotta have that.
Well,
somebody gotta have that capability.
Now, when I'm ignorant and I'm hollering, I don't want no peace. I came to fight. I want war, not peace, okay? And then Facebook people, I don't know what's going on with Facebook. You know, my little suspension is supposed to be up in the next, I think, 8 days.
Wow.
Well, for some reason, Tahl, now I can't get in my inbox.
Wow.
It's like they finding other restrictions. Like, we're going to restrict you for this, and we're going to restrict. And I know Facebook has nothing to do with this over here, why I can't see the city, states, and all the places, but it's just weird to me. Now I can't get into the inbox. But in a way, it ain't too weird, Tahl, because people, you know, sometimes maybe he's trying to limit the access in some areas.
Yeah, that's possible.
Somebody messing with my account. That's me. That made me even more. But I ain't even mad at it, Tahl. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at it, but I do want to know why I can't get in there. What's going on? You're not having that problem, huh? Because you don't like people, so ain't nobody talking to you no way.
There it is. You got to become like me. You got to stop liking people.
Tahl, I have become like you. It's not that I don't like people, and I said that before. I can be good with being distant for a minute. I can. I really can be good with chilling to myself, and that was not always the case. I needed a whole bunch of people around me, but I guess it's age, the pandemic, I don't know, growth.
It's a combination of things.
It's a combination of things. Things change. And it's not in a bad way because you begin to find out you and you begin to find new things that you enjoy doing. Now, what I do enjoy doing is looking on Facebook and seeing my friends achieving great things and accomplishing big goals. And even though I'm suspect at some of the stuff that I'm seeing, I'm yet still happy for you as long as I'm not named in it when it all blows up in your face. So I see one post that you said, I've added to the family. You have bought a brand new 18-wheeler to add to your already fleet of 18-wheelers. Here again, Tahl, I never question how you're making this money in the midst of a pandemic. But I do know this, 18-wheelers is not like you bought a scooter. That's an 18-wheeler. So those are very costly. We're getting in the upper thousands and thousands of dollars. Okay, this is new. This is not like the 1979 18-wheeler. So I went ahead and gave you your props there. I told you I'm very proud of you, yet I'm suspect of it. I'm still yet nonetheless proud of you. You're the GOAT, meaning the greatest of all times that get all this stuff like Tommy or Martin with no job. Okay, let me be clear. No noticeable income coming from anywhere that I know of. Okay, so I was happy with you on that one. Then I messed around and rolled over and looked on Facebook last night, and I should have left Facebook alone because now I see you say she got her first car, Princess, and it's a BMW convertible. Now this child is how old?
She's 16. Okay.
Well, I said what me and others were probably thinking. I said, well, and then I put the exclamation points. I didn't say what I was thinking. And then I said, I mean, congratulations. Because you know that there's somebody out there looking at that like, how is he doing this and cussing first and then come back smiling and grinning. But in all actuality, I was very excited to see that because that is a beautiful car. Now here come the auntie in me because I was like, here my auntie. I want him to make sure she's careful riding around these streets in that convertible. She's a young girl, beautiful girl. So just make sure she do her due diligence and be careful. But that is a beautiful car, and it looks like a car for a princess. And so, Tahl, I do want to say publicly, even if I'm hating privately, no, there's no hate in my heart. I want to say, boy, you doing the doggone thing. And I love the fact that you do so much for your children. Right. That's the real thing. Now I was excited about the 18-wheeler, but that's your bread and butter. That's how you make your money. But then when I saw the BMW convertible, that thing is slick. That thing is nice, Tahl. What made you go get that for that child?
Well, it's a small car, first of all, because she's a small person. And I just wanted her just to kind of understand that you can have nice things just like everybody else. And she's very grateful and appreciative of it. And she's genuine. She's genuinely a grateful person. So I feel like she deserved it.
Well, let me say this. A Toyota Corolla is a small car. A Yugo. You remember Yugos when you're around when they
I
had
remember you
Yugo?
go.
Okay, those were small cars, Tahl. So we didn't have to go there because I know my daddy show did. Okay, he said you got big feet. Why you need a small car? Get to stepping. But when I see that, I mean that's a big upgrade to a child. But it's a big upgrade to a grown person because I'm like, God, no, where could I go with that? What could I do with that? You couldn't tell me nothing.
You've been the biggest person on campus, biggest kid on campus, you know?
But yeah, I would have been used on that campus though, because when you were the only one with a car on campus, trust and believe, you get played, you better have some good grit. So before she go off to college, give her all the rules and regulations about that car, and that you bought it for her and not Kiki and them. That's her car.
No, that
That thing is clean, Tahl, and I know it's gonna stay clean because I saw you detailing yet another vehicle. This again, Tahl. Let's just talk. Come here. I really want to talk. Because we need to talk. Maybe we're going to help somebody because maybe somebody needs to know how to make it in this world with no job that's known to anybody, nothing on paper. Okay, Tahl, and then still keep obtaining new things, Tahl. Okay. I mean, messy minds want to know how you doing all this. It's a pandemic. You already said the gas was extremely high for diesel. So how you gonna get another truck with diesel high gas? I just want to know.
Because let me tell you. Now the rates are going up. You know what I'm saying? We got a spike in the rates, and that first truck has done nothing but great things. It's been great for me, man. So I'm looking to hire somebody to come and join me on the other truck. So I will be running an ad for somebody that's experienced in driving.
My cousin, he just bought him an 18-wheeler too. Let me ask this question. When you said the rates are going up, because what if they got a sale on 18-wheelers? Because I was like wondering about him too, and I'll call him on the show. And so like, where you get this truck from? So what is there a sale? A liquidation?
No.
What?
The rate as far as the freight, what they're being charged for us to haul their freight. Mm-hmm. So the customers are paying more money now. That's what I mean when I say the rates have gone up.
Oh, so you're living and you're gaining off of the misery of all of us who are going to the grocery stores.
Not me.
And barely making it. Oh, I see what's happening.
Well, don't you have to get it? You have to get it, right?
Wow, price gouging is what we're talking about. This is how it's done.
We got to make the rates match the price of the fuel. You know what I'm saying? So
well, make the rates match the price of the paycheck, because everything going up, but ain't nothing been said about the paycheck.
Well, you know what? Some people want to talk to their boss like I wouldn't talk about my situation. You know what I'm saying? A closed mouth don't get fed. So you got to go tell them people, look, if you want this freight, this is what I'm going to cost me to get it done. So you might go to your boss and say, if you want me to come in here and do this job, I need this much more money because gas is going up.
I am my boss, but you know what? You're definitely right about that. I like that you said that because let me tell you why I like what you said. Because I did tell you, I heard this woman, a minister on YouTube, say, you are the money. Okay. And when you recognize you are the money, and I'm kind of glad I can't get into my inbox because I was getting all kind of inboxes called, hello, woman of God. We got a nonprofit foundation that we trying to do this event and we trying to get this done. And we wanted to see what it take to get you money. Okay, hello, we want to come on your show and talk about here's the rate. Okay, hold on. And back in the day, Tahl, I was very open and allowed because that's how people talk about you later. Oh, she thinks she's something. Yeah, she is something. The rate has changed. It's no more just because y'all not going. If I didn't ask for it, y'all were never going to offer it.
Exactly.
You would just keep coming on here for free, getting me to come to your event. Baby, that gas is too high for me to play with you in this season.
Really
so you absolutely right, Tahl, that we that are entrepreneurs, we that are people that are gifted, which is all of us that are tuned in all over the world right now, need to recognize and realize we are the money.
Right.
And so if you want to raise, you won't have to initiate that raise with your creativity. And what I'm seeing Tahl do, and this is one thing I like about it, Tahl. Now, all joking aside, I want to talk on some serious stuff when I saw the truck. and then I saw the car. I love the way you think. I'm very proud of you, for real, for real. I love the way you think because what you showed me, if people that are paying attention, you put the priority first. Let me take care of business. This is a good investment that will keep on keeping on and cause my family to be in a good place and my children to be in a good place. So you invested in you by buying the other truck. Now you say you want to partner with somebody and get them to working with you as well on that vehicle as well, so you can cover more ground. Then we see the picture of your daughter's car, because I think sometimes we get our priorities mixed up.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, we get all excited about the big hooplas and stuff like that, and we got stuff. You know what I'm saying? We got stuff to do. I wanted to go on a vacation, like now, before I go to the Bahamas. And I recognized that man told us that grass was rotten. And in order to get the grass right, you got to uproot all that grass. So it was extremely extra money, right?
Wow.
And so my thought was, that would be stupid for me to go on a vacation and this grass is just as bald and Tahl gonna be posting his green grass for the summer. No, heck no. You know what I'm saying? I'm over there in Hawaii somewhere on that good sand, and my grass is bald.
Right.
So I had to make the investment because that's your home and that's what you ought to put your pride into first. I'm not saying you can't do both the vacation and the upgrade on your home and all that kind of stuff. I'm saying put the one that you think is most important first, and then you can enjoy the other stuff after you've taken care of the priorities. And that's what I see that you have done when you put that truck out there first, and then you got the daughter the car.
There it is. The money maker. You know. And it's got longevity. It's something that, we don't always need trucks. So that's kind of my way of thinking about investing in more than just one. But they're all needed. And there's a shortage.
We're going to always need dentists. That's God given truth. We're going to always, to me, need hairstylists. I don't care how good you think you can do your own hair. I know a hairstylist is a necessary thing in the hour and season. So find stuff that you know that is always going to be needed. And I like that talk because you're investing in that. And we're truthfully, nothing, you said it, everything, the cost of living is going up. And a lot of the salaries and income are staying the same. And now we have to put our own self in our own hands, actually, and say, okay, I'm going to need to do something different. And what I've had to do something different on is stop doing all that free stuff. Because I was waiting on you to start saying, okay, how much, and they never said it. Because I look at it like this, Tahl. I don't care about sitting at the house. I'm not spending money. So I don't lose either way. If you don't like it, I still sit at the house and won't lose no money. I don't have to be on 50 million flyers. Because to me, that's all those 50 million flyers better have some monetary gain on being on those flyers. I've never been that type of person to have to be that kind of busy. It has to make sense for me. And I said it, I won't back out of my driveway unless it makes sense. Now, if it's ministerial and it's a reason and God has touched my heart to do, I'll back out the driveway for that. But if this is something you're gaining from as well and you don't want me to win nothing, no ma'am, no sir.
We can't do that.
No, not now you can't. And I see that because it's almost a good thing, like I said about with Facebook putting all these restrictions on me. It actually was a good thing because it made me move over to other platforms and find a new following. So sometimes God will allow stuff to happen to make us make that move.
Right on.
So you evidently couldn't afford the crab legs you were once buying, and you decided the little money you had left, you were going to go ahead and invest in this truck. So your family could get off of the silent croquet and start eating the crab legs again. Apparently, that's what I'm assuming.
Well, the crab legs, I saw some at Kroger the other day, and they look good. They even asking for more money.
The crab legs are crack. They are stressed out and they smoking. Yeah, you about right. Linda had said something about the crab legs were high and they didn't look good either. So maybe they smoking and they stressed out. You never know because everybody going through a little something.
I'm telling you, that's just a friend that, man, you not putting damn another meat in this shell. So y'all upgrade us a bit more money. They look kind of skippy, man. I was gonna take a picture and see you. I said, you know what? She don't light me up for this.
No, I wish you would have sent me a picture because actually I was going to, that's funny. We are family now. I was going to send a picture of some big old king crab legs I saw the other day and send that picture to you and say, we eat good over here, which I would have never purchased them. I was just taking the picture. And that would have been something Facebook about. I would have been Facebook fronting for you. And then I said, no, somebody gonna catch me in this hotline, so leave this alone. Because I sure started saying we eating good over here. But it wasn't worth going to hell behind that crab leg. Nonetheless, Tahl, I saw something that I think is newsworthy and interesting. I saw where they had a video of Will Smith. It was in 2019, and Jada had was on our Instagram, and she was on Instagram Live, and he was doing something, and she said, "Honey, we're gonna have this special guest coming to the red table." And she said, "Do you think Dr. So and so has helped us with our marriage? See our marriage in a different light." And so she put the camera on him. And he says, "What I do see is you need to let me know and get my permission before you put me on your live." He said, "Social media is my bread and butter." And basically he was saying, don't come clout chasing and put me on without asking me for your views. And so she turned the camera back on her to my, oh, I'm still going through this or whatever. But he was very hostile. And now that was a post that was in 2019. And now, because he's got all this stuff and problems going on now, they decided to bring it up. Now it's all over again and viral. That he snapped at her. And I don't blame him because she did do him like that. For clout.
Yeah.
If you were all of that, you wouldn't need his little input because he was basically saying, and so I was glad to see that he had a little bite to him when he said, you need to ask me before you just snap me on live like that.
I think everybody needs to take a note from that. Just posting people without getting permission and put them on blast like that. So I agree with him on that.
I do it too, Tahl, because that's why I can say I'm not really mad at the inbox not working. I don't know why it's not, but we'll figure it out. But at the end of the day, some people will do that. They won't speak to you, don't support you, don't say nothing to you. And then when they need something or need a little endorsement, they'll get up to you. I don't just like taking selfies with everybody because at the end of the day, when you see people die, all of a sudden these people post these pictures of them, right? That was my girl. You only met them that one time. Now you posting this picture like y'all were just the best of friends. Okay. And sometimes I don't, and I'm not being rude when I say that, but I just don't think that it's always necessary because sometimes people misuse those selfies for clout. They'll use your name to get in opportunities that they wouldn't get unless they were attached to you. And you can kind of tell people who just like what you have and want to be attached to you for what you have versus those that really are there for you and support you. Because once you start doing stuff that don't include them, they still cool with you. But the ones that you start doing stuff and it don't include them, they mad. They're not talking. So no, I don't take pictures and selfies with everybody. So I don't blame Will for snapping on her. In fact, I need to find that video again. I should have saved it. Because I need to share that. Because I really was proud of him for snapping on her like that. Because I don't know about Jada. And she was very rude when she said, look what I'm going through. Girl, really what you going through? You better be glad. That's all he told you. You hot-tail woman. And he has cheated too, so I'm not judging her for that. But she thought, look what I'm going through. So she was making a storyline off of that.
That's what she get.
She do get it. And then she turned around and she said, well, let us look at the red table since it's been good to both of us. Making it saying like he's benefited off of her red table. And that's how they eat too. While you talking about this is your bread and butter. I said, ooh.
Man, I tell you. It's always the one you closest to. You gotta watch them.
A year ago, I would have told you to say that. That sounds so pessimistic. They don't say that's always the one closest to you. And I'm telling you now, I agree with you. Actually, I think you've been prophetic all along, and I've been denying your prophecy because I've seen it. Baby, this has been an eye-open experience for me. Now, being on these YouTube streets, I do see that people there's a war that's going on YouTube. I ain't going to talk about it, but it is. There's a war that's going on social media between some people, and they saying this, and friends that break up from being friends, and they got pictures of this person's home and all this kind of stuff and what a house looked like on the inside. Now, that's crazy. And then I saw one lady who said, what I learned from this is from now on, you can't come in my house with a camera, with a phone. I'm like, wow. Tom, start thinking about that though. Because the people that get you the most was this girl that was closest to this one girl, and she got all this girl's private business.
See there, there was a you know, I don't know if it's a baseball player, Derek Jeter,
Mm-hmm.
and you know whenever he hosts, when he used to play and host parties at his house, when you came in the house, he had a great big basket right there for you to put your cell phone inside of it. Couldn't use it inside the house.
I went to a friend's home like that. That's a well-known person and
Mm-hmm.
celebrity status, and I didn't get it. And she
Mm-hmm.
required you to one take your shoes off, which I was like, "Wow, these things got a hole in it." But two, that taught me to be prepared. But two, put that phone in that basket, and it was never explained why we had to put our phones up. But I actually see it now. To the unknowing eye, you would say that type of person is paranoid. And I would
Mm-hmm.
have too. There's some
Right.
things that Pastor Kim Burrell has tried to tell me about this stuff that I like, oh, that's a little too deep. You're just a little too concerned about stuff. But now
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna lie to her, I see everything she said, and it is the
Oh
God-given
yeah.
truth. You wonder why people take the way that they take with certain people until it's done to you.
Right.
So now I don't know if I can't trust you enough that I have to tell you that I don't have people to my home no way. So it ain't gonna really be no big deal. But
Right.
if I have to start doing it like that, Tahl, I don't know. You'd be very limited to even come to my home
Well,
if I got to make you put your phone up. Okay.
well, hey, it only take one though. You know what I'm saying? It don't take a lot of people to get you. You gotta have that one person that's gonna have to put their phone in the basket because they're trying to get you too.
Now let me ask you, Tahl, would you take that practice? Would you now require people to put their phones in a basket to come to your home, Tahl?
No, because they're not coming to my home.
Oh wow.
Now, I just say, you know, just be, you know, when you got people around you, man, just not just at home, but when you out in public, period, just always need to be on your P's and Q's, man. Just don't do something that you know people shouldn't know about.
Yeah, because people are snapping pictures and posting it quickly before you
Mm-hmm.
even know it. They get the worst side of you. They get the worst angles of you. They will do that in a minute. When I post people's pictures for something we've been to, I make sure they look at it first. Okay, is this good? Good. You want this on here because that's is this the one you want? Let me know because I know how I am because people really don't care. They just be in the moment
Yeah,
and
they
just
just be
doing
happy to
stuff.
know that they were with you. They just want everybody to know when I was Jerry Beasley this weekend. You know, you may be sitting up there looking with your feet hanging out, you know,
Oh, I've
and
done
all
that.
that.
I've seen that legs all. I'm like, why am I sitting like that? That is not ladylike. So I have seen that and say, please take that down.
Man,
Would you
delete that.
please? Yeah.
Then sometimes you know it's too late because some people gonna get you with those screenshots.
And that's
And
another
then
thing I've seen in these YouTube streets since coming
you
over here.
know,
They
they,
screenshot and everything. Tom, that shit's harsh.
man, they screenshot and you know you can screen record. So you
That's
can
again, I'm
record the
seeing that
video.
too. They screen recording videos and all this kind of stuff. It's just too treacherous for me. It's like why? But it's not gonna stop it from happening. It was something I was gonna respond to Pinky about one day, and it was gonna be ignorant because me and her talk ignorant off record. But then I thought
Right.
about Pinky screenshots too much and voice record too much stuff, and she think it's cute. So I know I'm not gonna do that with her. So you have to kind of I don't know. People will say you acting funny when you come up a little differently, but you will have
Right.
to. There's some things you're going to have to keep guarding,
Yeah,
and I
true
see
that.
that now. I didn't get that before. I thought people were being really snooty and funny acting because I ain't really had nothing to protect like that. But now, and I like to protect my privacy. My privacy is my privacy. And again, if you see me with somebody hanging out somewhere and we taking 9 times out of 10, I've had a conversation with this person and we cool. But you're not gonna
Right.
see me with too many people. And I said that the other day. Most people will see you alone, but you're far from lonely. You're selective.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, man, you got people that make figuring things out on social media a career. So you know, if you're somebody who posts regularly, you got people out there that analyze how you post and what you post, and they sit there and they analyze it, and it's like a career for them. So they try to find any and every little thing to come back and say, man, that ain't this, that wasn't the same, so they figure out all the things you got going on, man.
Hey, if you're joining us on YouTube, make sure you click and subscribe. Click like and subscribe. That helps us with the numbers as well. See, I'm learning that too since being over here talking, because I got like 52, 53 subscribers, right? And I look like I'm really po out here in these YouTube streets, but I haven't been on YouTube in 10 years, okay? Wow. So it takes a long time. Well, it takes a while to build up, especially if you're going to do positivity. Now, if I'm going to do some ignorant stuff and talk crazy about whoever did, who shot John, who draws dirty and all that kind of stuff, I can get the views up, okay? So I want to get it out the mud, Tahl, and do it the honest way. And it's going to take it may not, because like God gave me all those followers overnight, stuff may not. And you know what? This is a word for you, Tahl. Sometimes what you give is something they don't want, but after a while, it's going to be something they need. And that we as creators have to keep building. Mm-hmm. Like you have to keep writing music and producing music, even if you don't have a client right now. I'm using you hypothetically, right? But when the need comes, you're going to have all that stuff stored up.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what God was telling me even doing it with YouTube. He said, it doesn't matter if you only got 52 or 53 subscribers right now. You got to still put content out, because trust and believe there's going to be a need for what you're putting out. So you got to keep on building. And I'm telling that to anybody that's tuned in and listening right now, that you may be thinking, oh, what I'm doing is not working. Yes, it is. And you said another thing that's key. Tahl, again, I say you're prophetic, and that's probably why God let me get these little blessings and whatnot. But you said that there are people that their job is to analyze what you do. Well, there really are people that are paid to do that, Tahl, what you're posting, so they can put you in the right algorithm.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
And you have to learn this, because there's an art to social media.
It is. It most definitely is. And a lot of people not figuring it out. But we get there. I'm there. You there.
I'm trying to get there, Tahl, because I'm telling you, it takes tough skin for one. Like I told you, when that post went viral, you didn't have just the church folks talking about, oh, bless the heart, I agree with you, woman of God. You had people talking about, B, you ain't saying nothing, B, you ain't this and that. So it takes you to a whole nother venue. And even while I'm on YouTube, I'm going to different places and different channels that are not Christian. And so their language and their conversation and what they get up thinking about is totally different than what I get up thinking about. But I'm trying to learn even from them, because evidently they know something that I don't know, to get these views and these numbers. But I can't stay long, because that stuff make your head hurt, you feel toxic, and all that kind of stuff. Let me just see what you do. You know what I'm saying? After a while, that's too much. It becomes too much. So again, I say, don't look at the fact that it look like what you're presenting is not wanted. It's going to be needed. It may not be wanted for now, but there's going to be a time that that's going to be needed. Even with music, there's some songs out here that I didn't want to hear, and now I want to hear it, because I need my spirit to fit. My spirit want to hear it now.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you.
I had a guy yesterday. Huh?
I said, you definitely be keyed in.
It hit what now?
You have to definitely be keyed in on what's going on.
Absolutely. I had Derek Huggins that was on the air. He was a music mogul in Dallas that I'm going to be a part of their award show. And we were talking about, is gospel music still relevant today? And is it necessary? And he said, I'm going to say something that's going to make some people mad, but I'm going to say it. He said, most people want to get up there and say, we didn't come here to entertain you. He said, but truth be told, is most people that come to a concert, they want the entertainment. Mm-hmm. So you got to figure out if you're going to be a gospel recording artist, or you're going to be like singing at the church. Right. Because most people that want to buy the records, they want and come to the live concert, they want to see entertainment. Just like you did when you put on your granddaddy hat and went out there to see New Edition in them. And that tight blouse you had on, all that stomach showing, I mean muscles showing, you wanted to go out there and be entertained and wanted people to look at you. And that's how he said some of the gospel people are.
Well, actually, I was hoping to get called on stage.
That's what I'm saying. I felt like you wanted to be called. Put me in the game, coach. That's how you look. And I got that posted. Please, if you're not following me on Facebook, you're lost. Go follow me, Jerri, Jerri, not a Y, because I'm a lady. P for paid, Beasley, Beasley. Please go look on my page. See the advertisement I have for today's show. Look at what Tahl Cole wore to that concert. And he's just a concert goer. That boy was stage ready.
I was ready. I was just ready. I was waiting. I mean, I was wishing bad on the guy, on my brother, but I was waiting on Bob to say, man, come on up and I can't do it no more tonight. I'm going to go step out. I got a brother out here that like he fits with the program. We got, put him on in there and let him do the thing.
Tahl, I'm not lying. You did look like you could have been a good replacement because as old as you look as you look the age. Okay, I say you looking out here looking like somebody granddaddy, little brother, but you look the age, but you look more physically fit than was on that stage. So you have to be ready. But he went to a concert. He didn't go to be ministered to. He went there for the entertainment and the hope that he would get called out on stage.
There it is.
So he said, even with gospel, some people need to stop getting up there and say, we didn't come to entertain you. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of them have come to entertain because I said, oh, this is just show. It's bad entertainment for some. I'm going to be honest. Because now you acting like you didn't come to entertain. What I liked about Rance Allen, he entertained you because he got up there and danced. You remember Rance?
I do remember Rance.
Yeah. And do all them high pitches and all that. And he was really heavy guy. So to see him dance like that was just cute to see him dance. So what do you think? Should gospel artists be entertainers or should they be just gospel?
No, they definitely be entertained as well. Kirk Franklin puts on a good show. You ever see him do a show?
Yeah.
He does a great show. And you need that, because you want the people to get involved. They want them to get up and do what you do, or try to anyway.
I'm thinking about the late Lee Williams. Lee Williams never moved. You didn't even see his eyes move. He would stand there with that one mic, cooling water, but the crowd would go wild. And everybody would be up and hype and dancing. So that was an entertaining show as well. He just had a way about him that made people move.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of like Frankie Beverly. You don't really do a whole lot of moving.
Yeah.
But, people be into them. Because, they like what they do. They like the songs and the music and stuff.
Well, I will say this. If you're a gospel artist, put a little entertainment in. If you're singing at the church. Now, there's a lady that's going to be at the event that I'm going to on the next weekend, next Saturday. Her name is Charisma Evans. Have you heard her, Tahl?
It sounds familiar.
No, you haven't. So go look her up on social media. When I tell you, Tahl, and I know singers, and I'm very close to a lot of the singers, but I haven't heard singing like she's singing in a minute.
Okay.
And she is somebody to look out for. I had just did an event with her, and she was the guest artist. And I'm telling you, she blew me away. It put you under the table. She didn't even come in there. You know how some people, and even in the gospel industry, some people come in like, I'm here. The show can get started. I'm here. She didn't even walk in like that. You like, what's she finna do? She ain't gonna do that because she was so humble. And then she looked like she took a minute, like she was praying, trying to ask God what to sing. And I'm like, oh, she finna sing. And it's like she got out of the way and he took over. I think there's going to be a surging of those type of singers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're out there. We have them right here in the city of Houston. They just need to be exposed. They're out there.
Well, I'm definitely inviting Valerie to go with us because she needs to be exposed to that because she's one of those singers to me that can take a song and be as shy as all outdoors, do like Tino did in the beginning when Ike said sing the song and they sing it, and then just let loose. She did that. She had people hollering and screaming and hollering. So, there are some singers out there that can really go. Mona Moore is that type of singer. She's got a unique sound and voice. It's a lot of local artists. Treva Jones, I love the way Treva blows. Kathy, I was just at a baby's funeral, Danielle's baby's funeral, bless his soul. Kathy Taylor, she's another strong singer. I just believe that it's time to get those kind of voices back because a lot of it, now even though he said that we shouldn't say we're here to entertain, some of it, Tahl, is overdoing it. Some of the scats and the runs is like, oh, kind of.
Yeah.
Chilling circuit is this, okay? Okay, so we need to know which we want. Do we want entertainment or do we want? I think you can be entertaining in ministry and minister at the same time. I don't fit in most of the preacher circles because they
Right.
think that I tell jokes. But I tell jokes, okay, but I'm ministering at the same time. I think you can do both, Tahl. I know you can do both.
Oh yeah, you doing both.
Yeah.
It is what it is. You know, hey, look, we say it all the time that everything is not for everybody. But you know, when you can do it and you got it, let's make it happen. You can do
Yeah.
it.
I don't think we need to just throw the singers out saying they just too much for entertainment. No, I think they can do both because I think you can put on, like you said, a good show like Kurt Franklin and still leave there and your soul be fed.
Yeah, and I will say this: if you're a solo artist, you 9 out of 10 you need to have some sort of entertainment show. But the bands can kind of get away with it a little more. You know, like you were saying, Lee Williams and the
Mm-hmm.
Williams brothers and the Gospel Keynotes and all those guys. They could get away without being such entertainers on stage. But if you solo, you better have a show because nobody wants to just see you stand there and sing. So you need to have a show put together.
Well, you need some music that's good. You gotta have a good track to me, and then I can probably I don't know. You're right. You gotta put some extra in there. Like I say with you, even though I have you come on Fridays, I'm here. I gotta get the word. I gotta tell some jokes. I gotta do a whole lot. One man band. It's like that monkey with the cymbal and the drums and all that kind of stuff. When you try, and then that's why you got to holler that today. I'm like, I got too much to do for you to be questioning me right now on something I don't know. It costs to be by yourself to do some stuff. But let me tell you something. I'm not gonna lie. People will tell you that you're wrong for that. I actually find a flow in what I do when I'm alone. I know we need people, and I know that that's supposed to be, but it has to be people that you are truly aligned with, even creatively.
Right on. I agree. I'm the same way in studio. I don't need nobody. I just go in there and just do what I do.
Yeah, but sometimes it seems like that's arrogant, or it seems like you're selfish. Because me and Laura Rutledge was talking about that the other day, and she was saying, as leaders, we cannot tell people we don't have time to teach them. And she's a HR person, and she said you can't tell because it seems dismissive. And I had to say, I'll be honest, I will tell you that because if somebody says I want to do what you do, and I'm in the middle of building, and I need all hands on deck to do it, and
Right.
we in a tight spot right now. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna need somebody that already knows how to do it because I may not have time to train you. I need somebody that's already ready to go. And maybe in a lax time or when we got what we need to get, now I can come in and you come in and train or watch somebody else
Right.
that does that. And so sometimes leaders will be criticized for being selfish and not wanting to help. But I've done that before. I've had a whole bunch of people around me that didn't know more than me. And it takes a long
Right.
time to get where you need to get to.
I'm telling you, hey, I had to point it out on one of my machines in the studio one time to a guy. I said, "You see what that says right there? It says professional." I mean, I don't have time to be trying to sit here and teach you right now.
Now, see, the way you say it, I see what Lord's saying that because you sound harsh. That sounds so ignorant and so mean. The way I say it, I'm like, baby, please, baby, baby, move now. Don't touch that. No, I get it, Tyler, but that no, I mean, I'm not saying demean the person, emasculate them. That's it. It's professional. That's harsh.
Well, I'm just saying, you want to tap or play on this machine when it says professional, and you don't know how to use it. So I can't just let you come in and mess it up, then I won't be able to use it. You know what I'm saying? Got to be taught first.
You know what? And I think this is the deal. You just said it. In fact, I just heard you say you got to be taught first. A majority of the people that I know, when they say they want to learn, they really didn't want to learn. They want to come in and do
Right.
and just do it the way they want to do it. And to sit and shadow somebody can be almost humiliating to a person who's not really trying to do that. They trying to get up there and get to the whatever they think this bag is that I'm still looking for the bag.
Right.
But they want to go ahead and just jump out and be great. This is 30 years of experience.
Exactly.
And so if your motive is not right, you're not going to learn. And you can't just jump out here because you don't know the ins and outs. Because like I just told you in Snap, it is a lot to do. And it doesn't mean that that person doesn't want to teach you, but they recognize and realize you're not going to learn that in 1 minute.
Oh, no. I don't care how fast of a learner you are and how quick you catch on. You know, it just takes time to get to a certain level, man.
Well, it's like they said, I said that term, and you got it out the mud. It does take time. That don't mean you don't want everybody else going to be having a hard time, because they got stuff that's easier now that we could use. You know, times have changed some. But at the end of the day, what doesn't change is the work ethic. What doesn't change is making your name a good name, a reputable name, because a lot of that depends on that. Another thing in the music I was talking about was the artist, and I said what I said yes to for being on this award show. I've had people ask me to be a part of the award show and get an award. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't want to do it. The reason why is because it was all about selling tickets and tables. I'm not like that. I don't sell tickets to my own stuff and tables. If you want to come, come. I put it out there, advertise, and if you buy the ticket, wonderful. But if I'm going to honor you, I'm not going to make you work for it. You've already put in the work. That's why you're getting the honor.
Exactly.
So I asked him what is needed of me, because if he would have said I need you to sell 20 tickets at the table, I would have said I'm busy. I can't. But he said all that is needed of you is for you to show up and receive this award for the great work that you've done. Then that made me turn around and say, you know what? I would like to have you on my show and let's talk about what you're doing and your award, because I like the way he did it.
Right.
And so then when we were talking, and I said another reason I said yes to the award is because you're honoring radio personalities. Everybody on that list I've worked with over the years, and they've been in this a long time, and they stayed true to who they were as a radio announcer. And what people and artists don't understand, because normally the radio announcer doesn't get the award, it's the artist. But not popping my own collar, but yet I am. The announcer is important.
Oh, yeah. It's almost semi-hype, the hype man. Somewhere.
Exactly. They're the ones that either make you or kind of break you, because they're the ones that put your music out there. They're the ones that go back and talk about it. They're the ones really promoting it. So you should give honor to where honor is due, because not every place you go to is going to receive you like that. Even over here, like I said, we do it without the red tape. Now, it can't be crappy. It just can't be just like this is just made from the pits of hell. But if you put in some work and you spent money and you took the time to make it excellent, yeah, we're going to play you and we're going to promote you and shout you out to other people and to other stations. And that. So when you got people in your corner like that, respect them. You got to make sure you have right relationships and you maintain those right relationships.
I agree.
Yeah.
100%.
Producer too. The producer's important. Producer of the year, whatever. Because the producer in the music, it's not just the singer. The producer has a lot to do with the success of an album.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, the right producer gonna guide you inside the studio and while you're in the vocal booth and tell you certain things and what you should be putting in, taking out, and hey, that makes a record.
Yeah, I mean, that's the truth of it. That's it. I was talking to the young girl that published my book, and I had to say, you know, it got put on at Walmart, and I saw this ad. I was like, where this ad coming from Walmart? She said, your book is at Walmart. So I was excited about that. And I said, listen, I got to give you your props, because I wrote it, but you're the one having to make sure that it's on all these platforms. You're the one who made sure that it was scripted right and done right. So there's a whole collaboration of people that go into making anything great. And you can't forget the ones that are working in the background to make it happen. So that's why I want to say congratulations to Affinity Awards, and thank you for even honoring radio announcers, because like I said, the ones that I saw on that flyer, I've worked with them over 30 years, and they've been true to who they are. And I didn't have to tell him that I'm not considered a gospel DJ. I said, don't take your award from me though, because I'm over here at cafe some of the time. Don't take it back. I just didn't want to mislead the man.
Well, okay. You just told her what it was.
Yeah, I told him what it was, because I'm not just playing gospel music, but I said it becomes gospel in my hands because we tell the truth. It's songs that are going to uplift, encourage, and I always say there's a message in the music and healing in the laughter. There are some songs that they consider, I don't like that word, but that's what it calls, secular songs that are ministry to me and will bless people. So it depends on what it is and whose hands it's in. So just like the song you getting ready to put on Hot Track, what we got, Tahl?
We have a song entitled Be All Right by Evan and Eris.
Are they gospel?
Well, it can be, but they do pretty much positive stuff.
Okay.
You know, very uplifting songs. But they young, but they doing some nice things.
Here's another thing about relationship. I don't hear the song that you send me first,
Mm-hmm.
but I have no fear that you're going to send me something talking about back it up, throw it down, lay it up here, and put the leg up high, and do all this freak stuff. I have no fear that you're ever going to do that, because you know what I stand for. That's why I say you got to know those that labor among you, and you got to work with people that are aligned with your creativity and your spirit, or else somebody going to mess you up. Okay? So don't do that now that I didn't put you out there. Don't say, well, I'm going to do it to be funny. That is a lie. Okay. Be All Right. Evan Craft. Danny Coakley's in this too?
Oh.
Yeah, you didn't know.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, he in there. It's on the credits. Let me see. Okay, so you know how we do it. If you're on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. Please go ahead and like it and subscribe it. If you like it, put it in the chats. Tell us, talk back to us. Tell us you like it. Because we talk back on Facebook, but we ain't there right now. So we're on YouTube. If you like it, tell us what you think about it in the chat. It's open for you to tell us. Okay. If you're listening in your car, you can go ahead to kcohradio.com. Hit us up in the inbox there. That inbox is open. Okay. Facebook don't own that one. Okay. So you can let us know how you feel about it. Here we go. Be All Right.
There's a name that can silence every fear. There's a love that embraces the heartache, the pain, and the tears. Through my faith and my doubting, I know one thing for sure. His word is unfailing, His promise secure. Todo va a estar bien, everything will be alright. Whole world's in His hands. Your whole world's in His hands. In the darkness and the trials, He's faithful and He is true. The whole world's in His hands. Todo va a estar bien. Oh, oh, oh. Everything will be alright. Oh, oh, yeah. Father, you say everything's gonna be alright, but my circumstances say I won't last through the night. I need your word to hold me now, need you to pull me through. I need a miracle, a breakthrough, I need you. They say you hold the whole universe in your hand, but my world's falling apart like it is made of sand. Am I small enough to slip through the cracks? Can you take my broken pieces and put them back? Give me faith, you believe you're on my side. Open my eyes to see you working in my life. Let the prayer remind me you never fail. And tell my soul it is well. Oh, y todo va a estar bien. Everything will be alright. The whole world's in His hands. The whole world's in His hands. In the darkness, in the trials, He's faithful and He's true. Your whole world's in His hands. Y todo va a estar bien. Everything, oh, oh, everything will be alright. Oh, oh, yeah. Todo va a estar bien. Oh, oh, oh. Just let me know everything will be alright. Oh, oh, yeah.
Yo, Padre, te confieso a corazón abierto que todo es muy incierto en este desierto. Mi vulnerabilidad está al descubierto. Siento que mi barca está muy lejos de su puerto. ¿Por qué será que ya no sale el sol en mis días? ¿Por qué mis noches son tan frías? ¿Por qué será que siento que me falta algo? ¿Por qué este camino gris se siente tan largo? Sé que estás sobrando aunque no te sienta. Sé que estás sobrando aunque no te vea. Sé que voy a salir de esta odisea. Sé que voy a ganar esta pelea. Sé que voy a cesar esta marea temporaria. Que en ti yo viviré una vida extraordinaria. Y aunque no pueda entender, me consuela saber que
todo, yo sé que todo va a estar bien. Todo va a estar bien. Everything will be alright. The whole world's in his hands. Your whole world's in his hands. In the darkness, in the trials, he's faithful and he's true. Your whole world's in his hands. He told us that again. Oh, oh, everything will be alright. Everything will be alright. Oh, yeah. Told us that again. Oh, oh, everything will be alright. Oh, he's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. Todo el mundo en su mano está, todo el mundo en su mano está, todo el mundo en su mano está.
Tahl?
I'm here.
Man, that was different, and I like it.
Me too.
That was nothing that I expected. First of all, when they started speaking in Spanish, I just started bobbing my head like I knew exactly what they were saying, like I did with the kung fu movies.
Well, they were saying everything's gonna be all right. That's how I took it.
Oh, I was going to say, boy, you do not know. Stop fronting. They have ways of checking, especially when you're on YouTube. Don't do that. Don't start lying now. But you know what, Tahl? That was I like that. I consider that a Christian song. I can say that's beautiful, but I also see it as a positive, uplifting song because people need to know that everything is going to be all right. And then I like how he bust that out. He got the whole world in his hands.
There it is.
Tell you who it is again, Tahl.
Very creative. Evan and Eris.
Yeah. I like it. Since we're global, I like the Spanish version of it as well.
Yeah, we need some of our Spanish friends to come in and join us.
You're right about that.
Their language.
I miss Sean McLemore because I remember Madeline Gomez, who sung for me a lot of times, and I've told you about Madeline. Madeline is a beast, Gomez. He brought her in to sing on a couple of his tracks, and it took the CD to a whole nother level. And you're absolutely right because we have to start letting people know we can have differences, but yet still come together.
Right on. I agree.
So and that's what that song did, huh?
They are people just like we're theirs. We embrace everybody, man. Come on over and join us on the boat.
Yeah, that's true. Well, our people first, we all need to get along too. For you bring somebody to my house, you make sure this house is clean. You hear me? For you try to tell people come over here.
Well, hey, sometimes you got to put your own people out.
You know what? Again, wait a minute. When you said that, that's a word. That's a word, Tahl, because again, I read that scripture. A prophet is not received yet in his own hometown. And sometimes you have to get away from what is familiar. He will shut the familiar doors in order for you to get what you were supposed to get from other people who are not used to getting what other people took for granted.
Right on.
So you said that, all right. And that's what I see what they did with this. They hitting everybody. They getting it. Okay, let's say your hometown not going to receive this record. They going to talk about that's just Earl. He ain't doing nothing. Earl been singing for 50 years, still ain't made $1. Okay, but you go get Juan and put Juan on the track. Juan people all excited, talking about, who is this Earl? Who is this Earl?
Juan people put the big house speaker in the back car, and they put it right to the hood and bump that joint.
You ain't lying. I've seen that with my whole life. I did. I see that. Like, family ain't saying nothing, friends ain't saying nothing. But you hook up with the right somebody, they crew gonna say something.
Oh yeah.
And then that introduces you to an audience you otherwise would not have.
Right on.
So that's what I see with this song is that it is hitting every single audience. And that's what I think artists ought to do now, really, is collaborate with people they normally wouldn't work with.
They should. And don't be so one track mind. Thinking that you have to just do records with your own people, man. You gotta spread this thing out.
I ain't gonna lie. I used to want to have Dolly Parton, and I'm not joking when I say this, play Mama and When Mama Prays. And I said one day When Mama Prays will be at the Grand Ole Opry, and Dolly Parton will play Mama. I better hurry up on that because that was when I was younger. I can't sit on that no more. Tahl, don't you think that would be killing because you know they go through stuff? Why not have Dolly Parton out there singing for Mama on When Mama Pray?
They go through some stuff just like we do.
You ain't lying.
You know what I'm saying?
I would love to have Reba McEntire play in it. I've thought like that before. I wanted a Spanish version. I was working with a guy, a pastor named Pastor Michael Amador, and he said, Sister Jerri, would you ever think about doing a Spanish version? I said, that has always been in my mind. That's how I ended up meeting Madeline Gomez and putting her in stuff. And I said, I do want a Spanish version because, you know, if we send this all over the world, you know, maybe the Spanish countries and people need to be able to identify with their daughters and sons struggling with crack addiction. It's universal.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Well, you done sparked something in my spirit because I had forgot all about Dolly Parton.
Well, yeah, again, you're going to have to rush that thing.
Dolly said she'll outlive you, you lying Negro out here buying all these cars and boats and stuff and don't nobody know what you're doing and how you work. At least we know Dolly working for real. She got proofs and receipts. We seen her out here. But okay, you're going to try to put time on Dolly. That devil used you. Listen, we're going to collaborate. We're going to get some other artists in here as well. We're going to play other music as well. That's what it's all about. I believe everything is already all right, like the song said. It was so universal. I love it. Thumbs up to you, Tahl, for picking another banger.
Hey, that's what we do around here.
Well, you do it, Tahl, and you do it ever so well. Well, Tahl, may the Lord keep you and bless you. You got anything going on for this weekend?
I don't have anything special going on. I got to get my trucks up and rolling, so yeah, I'll be working on it.
Tahl, what's that process like?
Man, you got to go to getting the paperwork done on it. You got to take it and get it weighed. You got to know how much it weighs. You got to take it down to the tax office, you know, get it inspected. You know, got to make sure the tires and brakes and everything is you know, where they need to be. So yeah, but you know, we want to be safe.
It's a lot, Tahl, like I said, and that is in all seriousness. That's why it should never be people looking back and look at your blessings and be envious of that because that's work, you know. And you know, even when we get envious of somebody getting a new car, that's car note that you're not going to end up paying for. So when you see that truck came, you didn't just overnight get a new truck. You put in the work, you put in the time. Seeing your daughter, even though I said it jokingly, and I'm sure many people thought that I'd be, well, you don't never stop. I mean, congratulations. I love talking to your listening audience, Tahl. They be driving in with me. I don't be knowing these people. But then you got a cute little audience. They hate you, Tahl, and I love that about them. They can't wait till I come in with that heat. I got my own show on your post. But you know, people don't need to look back at somebody's life and be envious of that because you put in the work, the time, and the effort, and it's showing. You need to learn from people like that because what I'm seeing is that you're prospering in a pandemic, you keep it moving, and you're a good father. A good parent leaves an inheritance for their children's children. And I see you setting up some things to leave legacy for your children, and I commend you on that, Tahl. You go, boy.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
All right, Tahl. Thank you so much for being a part of the Keep the Morning Moving Morning Show, and we got more stuff to do. You hear me?
All right. I appreciate you having me on.
All right. Have a great weekend.
You do the same.
All right. Bye-bye.
There's a name that can silence every fear. There's a love that embraces the heartache, the pain, and the tears. Through my faith and my doubting,